This is the quick method, I think. I'm taking this one very slowly. This Wardle Lock does have a bit of a reputation, as I can testify to. I think it's my size, don't you? And a big hello to Loki as well. Cheers, guys.
You're welcome. No problem.
Hi guys, it's Thursday the 9th of October and I'm in Middlewich, and right now I am moored up about by here on the Middlewich branch of the Shropshire Union Canal. Tomorrow morning I want to turn the boat. There's no winding hole down here, so what I have to do is to go through Wardle Lock out into this junction with the Trent Mersey Canal and turn the boat in there. There's plenty of room, but I do have to be a bit careful because there's a boat yard here, and usually there are some boats hanging around tied up. So what I'll do in the morning is leave the mooring, come down to the lock landing and tie the boat to a bollard, have a look at the lock. It may well be full. If not, I'll have to fill it, and then open the gates, drive the boat in, and then from the outside, I won't be on the boat. I'll then let the water out of the lock, probably just the one paddle, quite slowly. It does have a reputation, this lock, as I've discovered to my cost. And then once the lock is empty, I'll open the gates, climb down the ladder. It's about 9'9" deep, so it's fairly deep. Drive the boat out, go under the main road, and then in a sort of clockwise direction I will wind the boat. So coming across like that, reverse back, and then should be able to come straight back into the lock that way. Right, so it's the next morning and it's just gone 8 o'clock. I think I've got everything ready, my various cameras in position, and time to set off, I think. Let's do this. Unfortunately, I need to fill the lock, so I'm going to do that now, and then we'll get Gladys in, get this show on the road. Hello YouTubers, and I hope you're enjoying this video. And of course, if you are, don't forget to give it a like. And also please think about subscribing if you haven't already. It's totally free. There are no catches. It won't cost you anything. I don't ask for any money from you, and I won't. I'm not trying to sell you mugs and t-shirts and merchandise. I don't have a Patreon channel, and I don't ask you to buy me a coffee. I want no money from you. But if you can think about subscribing, that would be really nice. It would help me a lot, give me a lot more encouragement, and help me to grow the channel. So please think about doing that. And now I'll let you go back to the video. Thanks very much. Bye.
Good morning.
Hello there. Taking this one very slowly. This Wardle Lock does have a bit of a reputation, as I can testify to. So we'll go down nice and slow. I'm just doing one paddle, and it's only half full at the moment. Okay so far? Oh, help. Well, that was unexpected. The engine's died on me. I don't know what the cause is. I managed to throw a rope to a very kind chap who pulled me into the side, so I've tied up here. And he's an ex-CRT guy, so he said first thing to try is the propeller. It's possible that something got wound around the propeller, so I'm gonna have to go down the weed hatch, I think, and investigate. I really could have done without this, especially as I was in the middle of filming. Anyway, I can't do much about that. Right, let's get on with it. Right, so I've opened the weed hatch and you can see what the problem is. I'll give you a closer look. It looks like a large piece of tarpaulin or some kind of rubber, and I can't pull it up. I think it's too big to come up through the hatch. So I'm going to have to go in the water and clear it from behind. Luckily there's a canal hire boat company just around the corner. You can see the blue boats, and they've offered to lend me a suit which I can put on and get into the canal and hopefully do it from the canal. This is the wetsuit which I'm going to put on now, and I think it's my size, don't you? So excuse me a moment whilst I try and put this on. Well, how do I look? Jeffrey is wearing a one-piece all over a wetsuit, and he's now going to go in there and try and pull off the obstruction from the propeller. Fingers crossed. So it's Monday, it's the 13th of October, and it's around about 2 o'clock now, and this is where Gladys has been moored up since Friday morning. This is Middlewich Wharf. Most of these blue boats are hire boats. Floating Holidays, I think, is the company, but it's actually run here by Middlewich Wharf. It's pretty full. Most of the hire boats are in at the moment, so I'm lucky this space was available on Friday for them to they actually towed Gladys up. One of the hire boats was used to tow her up and tie her off here just before the lock landing of lock 72, which is perfect position because the dry dock, which Middlewich Wharf owns and where Gladys will get fixed, is just the other side of the lock on the right hand side, more or less where you can see those trees. So she'll be put into the lock, either pulled in, I suppose. We'll pull her in the lock because the propeller's not working at the moment, and then once the lock is empty, I suppose we'll use barge poles to push her out of the lock or try and pull her out, and then it's like an immediate right turn into the dry dock. There's already a boat in there being fixed. I was in there on Friday when I arrived, and I think they were waiting for a spare part or something, but I think they're working on it. Every so often I can hear banging and things like that. So I think I was told the expectation was Gladys would either be fixed today or possibly tomorrow. But of course nothing can happen to Gladys until that boat's taken out of the dry dock. And time is passing, so my hopes of having it done today are fade in now, I suppose. If I have to stay here another day, you know, that's okay. I suppose I can put up with that. I've been stuck here since Friday, and there's not a great deal to do here, to be honest, other than do stuff on my computer, go for a walk. Been for lots of walks. Been to the fish and chip shop a couple of times, of course. Anyway, I'm hoping, who knows, it may be today, but otherwise I'm keeping everything crossed that if not today, it'll get fixed tomorrow. Hello? Yes. Yeah, we're actually just putting my boat into a dry dock, so we're in the middle of it. So yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah, I will do that gladly, yes. Alright, no worries. Thank you, bye, bye.
Oh, we've done this before, don't you worry. The other day. Oh, right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, up. Come in. Ready? Yeah, right into the corner. Go. Come in.
How much do those sleepers weigh?
You'd be surprised.
Well, they look really heavy.
Surprised how easy we make it look.
Ah, they look very, very heavy to me.
At the leak. The pulls the ash into the hole.
Right. So the ash seals the leaks between the
Planks.
planks, yeah.
You can see a bit of ash coming through.
Yeah. So Gladys is now sat on the raised bottom, and we're just waiting for enough of the rest of the water to drain out, and you'll be pleased to know the water ends up back in the canal. And then one of the guys will put some waders on, and once he thinks he can get it to Propeller, we'll be away.
Go from above. You can probably stand on here if you're happy standing on there.
Yeah.
And you can see how the leaks are coming in.
Yeah.
And then you have to fill them.
Is this any special kind of ash, or just
No, it's just
any
normal
ash
ash.
will do?
Just house coal ash.
And this is a traditional method, is it?
Yeah, so it fills all the leaks with the ash particles and seals them up. They do it on the lock gates if they're trying to stop water leaking.
Yeah.
They would have originally had a lengthsman doing it every night.
Right.
At the end of the day, they would seal up all the lock gates to stop water leaking. And if they'd have done a bit more of that with the droughts, they might have
Yeah.
saved some water and not had the canal shut in certain places. It's pretty effective, as you can see.
Yeah, very. Yes, apologies about this. I must have accidentally touched the wrong thing on the back of the GoPro screen, and the recording speed has all gone a bit crazy, and it lost all the sound as well. So I'll just try to describe it for you now as best as I can. Here you can see Chris working at the back of the boat, trying to unravel the sheet of material, whilst Paul is in the engine bay. He's removed the weed hatch, so that's just sat there on the rear deck, on the stern deck, to see if that would help, but it didn't make a lot of difference. I still couldn't get at it. So he's now replacing the weed hatch. There he goes, securing it with a clamp, whilst Chris carries on, and there you are, there's the first piece of the material coming out, the first of many. So I gave Chris the GoPro to try and get some close-up shots, and there you are. You just about see the propeller now, nice bronze colour, and all that stuff wrapped around it. Incredible. It was wrapped up so tightly though that the only thing to do was to hack away with a Stanley knife and remove it in pieces, and I think removing all the stuff probably took about half an hour. There's Paul's dog, Loki, keeping a watchful eye on proceedings, and never very far away from Paul. Very friendly dog. So Chris is cracking on. I'm not sure if this was the last piece that he removed, or if not, it was like the last but one. But it's another big piece. And in just a moment he's going to bring it over. It's just an incredible quantity of stuff. Just incredible. No wonder the engine stalled. Look at that. And there we have a nice, shiny, clean, unobstructed propeller once again. What a lovely sight that is. Many thanks to Chris and Paul here at Middlewich Wharf. Fabulous job, guys. Hats off to Chris for getting in there. Lifting the planks now. Starting to fill the dry dock again with water. This is the quick method, I think. There we are, she's floating free again now.
Well, is that who was there previous?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a huge relief, I have to say. Oh, what a quantity of material that was, incredible.
Casanova, yeah. Can't call it that.
It's just gone 5 o'clock on Monday the 13th October. And Gladys is just about to go back in the lock. Thank you very much, Paul.
No problem.
Big thanks to Paul and Chris. And well done, Chris, for getting in that horrible water.
No problem at all.
Thanks ever so much. And a big hello to Loki as well. Cheers, guys.
You're welcome. No problem.
Well, Tuesday morning, 14th of October, and I'm ready to leave now. I'm going to leave Middlewich, down to the junction, turn right, into the Wardle Canal, through Wardle Lock, and head back that way, and see how far I get today. Great relief to be sorted out and on my way. And a big thanks to Middlewich Wharf. Once again, Paul and Chris saved the day. I don't know how I would have managed otherwise. Yeah, I was really lucky it happened where it did. So all the best to them, and I'm going to get going. Hope you've enjoyed watching this disaster movie. And give it a thumbs up if you did, and leave a comment if you've had similar experiences perhaps. And think about subscribing if you haven't already. We're on our way towards 2,500 and I'd love to get there. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.